everybody. I am live tonight with Scott Morton, also known as Mr. Fedora. We're going to warn everybody now. He had a storm come through, and his internet is very wonky right now. So we're going to give it a shot and see what happens. If it gets to be too much, we'll just reschedule or something, and we'll go on from that. So, all right. So, Scott, what I normally do before I get the show started is I wait a minute because Vicky is going to share it out to everybody, and then we'll get started.
Yeah,
There's definitely a
I
delay.
usually take care of all the notifications.
Okay.
Just a little. So we'll keep that in mind. Take about a 2-second pause. Say something.
Pause. Did you say pause to say something? Hey, Jonathan.
Maybe a 20-second pause.
Okay. John, did you get some crazy storms today?
Yeah, you've been trying to get me on your podcast here, and coming up, and it's a nice. Not gonna be any exception.
Do you use your cell phone for internet or something?
I have regular internet at the house. I switched it over to the hotspot on my phone, thinking that might make it better. If you want to me out for a minute, I will rejoin the link you sent me on my cell phone and see if that makes a difference.
Okay, you're welcome to do that. Yeah, just all you have to do is you'll have to exit out yourself. I don't know how to remove you.
I see the leave button, so give me about 2 minutes to follow the link, and I'll come back in and see if it makes a difference.
Okay, sounds good. You're getting better though.
Yeah, a little bit. Starting to catch up. Maybe the hamster on the wheel is spinning a little quicker.
Maybe.
But we'll see what my cell phone can do real quick. So I'll be back in a quick minute.
Okay. Okay, so if you're just coming on or whatever, we had a little bit of a delay, and now we have to wait just a minute for Scott to come back. Apparently, Scott had. You didn't get any storms today? Okay, so apparently Scott got some pretty nasty storms, and it knocked out his internet, so he's using his phone's hotspot, and it seems to be struggling. So he's going to try to join again, like through his phone rather than using the hotspot. So see if that does any better for him. Okay, Vicky. At least it's not me having the technical issues today. That's new. Okay, I think he's back. Oh, you're really clear now.
I guess it just didn't like my laptop.
Apparently.
You're definitely coming in better. I don't know if I'll be able to see the chat, but I'm here.
I'll share the chat with you on the screen too. So.
Okay. Is there already people commenting?
Yes. Yeah, but nothing big. It's just John saying he didn't get any storms today, and Vicky let me know she got it shared out. So
let's see. I think I found a way if I can keep my phone up now. Yeah, okay. I see the chat.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right.
Just had to hit the right button for it.
Okay. All right. So if you're just joining us, this is Scott Morton. He's also known as Mr. Fedora. He's with the Warren, let's see if I get this right. Warren Area Paranormal Society, correct?
Close. Warren Area Society of Paranormal, WASP. So you had all the right words. Just we didn't want to offend any Italian folks out there.
So you named yourself Wasp.
You're right. Yeah, we try to be conscientious. Yeah, words are hard. You know what word I'm trying to find?
Conscientious.
Something like that. Right.
It
One
would be
feeling.
normal without tech problems. That is the truth. It's usually me,
Yeah.
but okay. So this is like yours and my first time like interacting, so to speak. So
Right.
I'm just gonna let you just kind of take the reins on this. We're just here to get to know you a bit.
Oh, don't do that. I'm not good with public speaking and taking reins and stuff. Sometimes I kind of just babble on and babble on and babble on and babble on and babble on. Oh, did I say I babble on? And I will say that Matt, the consultant, is a great friend and brother, and he is a little bit much of a hype man. So expect half of everything he said about me to be his hype.
All right.
I was sitting here watching the show, and I'm like, Matt, settle down. It's not that spectacular. Slow down, buddy.
I don't even think he's in here yet. He said he was going to be watching for sure, but I don't think he's here.
Yeah, that might be a little bit of calm before the storm then.
Okay. So first of all, I have to know, what is mead?
What is mead? It's really a very basic alcoholic drink. It dates back decades, if not centuries. I'm not quite sure how far back it goes, but the most simplest way to explain it is it's like a wine. The biggest difference is you don't ferment it with sugar, you use honey.
Oh.
So, yeah, a little more natural than wine, in my opinion.
That might be pretty dang good, though.
Yeah, and but it takes, well, wine takes a while too. Mead does as well. It's fun because I'll take a sip of it as soon as it's done. You know, boiling the honey and such, and it tastes really good.
Gotcha.
And it goes for like about 3 or 4 months of tasting absolutely horrible. You're questioning yourself: is this really worth it? Did I just really waste $60 just to make a horrible batch? And then after about 6 months or so, it starts getting back to the better taste.
Okay. All right. So next question. How did the idea of Fruity Pebbles beer come about?
Oh, yeah, I was wondering if you'd ask that or not. So, yeah, I like to brew a beer as well. And I like trying unique things, if you haven't heard yet. And so I seen a local, I'm trying to think of what they call them, but anyways, a local brewery, artisan brewery or whatever they're called. They had the can flavor of that, and I was like, well, you know what? That sounds pretty darn good to me. So for St. Patrick's Day one year, I grabbed the ingredients, and one of the biggest thing is instead of regular sugar, you use lactose sugar, give it that milky, creamy flavor, and the cheesecloth with some of the cereal of Lucky Charms, and the rest is history, as they say. But an interesting note, my better half's daughter, I was unaware. We didn't think about it. Is she's 27 or so, so she was definitely old enough to drink it. Lucky Charms, you're right, and she's lactose intolerant, and she had some of that beer. So the lactose sugar got her very sick and ended up in the ER. We couldn't figure out what it was, and finally it dawned on us that she had some of the beer. And
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I've never heard of lactose sugar before. That's new to me.
I haven't either until I started brewing stuff.
Huh.
It's a whole different world that is fascinating and fun and frustrating sometimes. That's for sure. Because
Sounds
I've
like
tried
a
to
lot of
make
chemistry.
it can to some degree. I definitely am not a chemist, but so the worst thing is when something doesn't pan out because it's not overly expensive, but it's not cheap. So I've tried for like 3 years in a row to make pumpkin pie flavored mead, and every year if something happens to the pumpkin, it goes bad too quick.
Coming to pumpkin pie and mayo, sir. Pumpkin pie and mayo.
I actually convinced myself before I tried it to that it's just like Miracle Whip looks just like it. It shouldn't be that bad. Yeah,
Miracle
it
Whip
was
or Cool Whip, you mean?
a Cool Whip.
Okay.
I was convincing myself that it was going to be not that bad. Yes, I do not recommend mayo and pumpkin pie, or probably Miracle Whip and pumpkin pie. I don't think, but all in the name of entertaining those that watch my shows. And cane corn sugar, I'm sure for like some beers or whatnot, you could. Mead is very much uh, honey. Um, Otherwise, it's more any kind of other sugar would make it wine, I believe.
Gotcha. So, okay, so we know what I do absolutely know about you is the weird food stuff. So, what's some of the other weird stuff that you've eaten
That
that
I've
you
ate.
actually like? Tell us the weird
Oh,
things that you ate.
not many that I liked. Uh, Mustard flavored ice cream was not too bad. Because it's more of a it had little pretzel pieces in it, and it was more of a sweeter Grey Poupon mustard, the fancy stuff. So that wasn't horrible until I decided that that wasn't enough. I had to add yellow mustard on top of it. Yeah, that totally ruined it.
Oh my God.
And the Mexican hot chocolate ice cream wasn't too bad. The spicy chocolate from Mexico.
Yeah.
That wasn't horrible until
I will
I.
say, I think that's a well liked type flavor, the spicy and the chocolate.
Right. Well, I added a bunch of homemade hot sauce. I make my own hot sauce, by the way. Um,
Oh,
I I use 4 different types of peppers. I use the jalapenos, habaneros, ghost pepper, and Carolina Reapers. And
how do you turn it into a sauce?
you boil it down, and then you blend it and such. You got
Okay.
the vinegar and a couple little small things. So it's really not that hard to do, believe it or not. Most stuff you'll find is not really all that hard, just a little time consuming.
Right. Okay.
And a lot of times you'll find that it's cheaper just to buy the stuff already done.
Okay, so Daryl wants to know how about jalapeno ice cream? I would try that if anybody had any.
Yeah, well, the closest thing would be the hot chocolate, Mexican hot chocolate. That's a little bit spicy, but it blended well. Like you said, a lot of people like that flavor. Probably the worst ice cream that I had was the ranch flavored ice cream.
Okay, so yes, my husband heard about that and he was like, "Ooh, that sounds good." I'm like,
It did sound kind of good, but no, it's.
I can
But
imagine like ranch flavor with sugar. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, unfortunately, my son thought it was wonderful, and he ended up visiting and eating the rest of what I had. I was gonna try dipping chicken wings in with it, see if that might have added a flavor twist, but that's probably the worst. Now, on a plus note, I, uh, I, my mother lives with me, and I, I'm a cruel person, so I told her that this vanilla ice cream, because it looked very much like vanilla, seemed off. Something didn't seem right about it. And so I had her taste a teaspoon of it. Yeah. This 78-year-old woman just about came out of her chair and punched me.
Rightfully so, sir.
Fair enough. The only thing that I didn't like is I didn't have a camera ready to it was a spur of the moment situation.
Okay. So moving on to your group. Okay.
My
so
group.
a misconception, I believe, because I actually thought this and I had to be corrected by Vicky, is that you're not actually a part of the Warren Family Paranormal Society, right?
Are you thinking of Ed and Lorraine?
Yes.
Yeah, their society was PIRS, I believe, out of UK.
Okay.
I think they got some stateside stuff. A lot of people kind of try to connect us together because Warren is they made definitely a big name for themselves in the paranormal. So you are correct, though. We're not affiliated with them.
Okay.
It took us forever to get anywhere in the Google search to even show us. Anytime we
really?
search the Warren area or anything to deal with the Warren and paranormal, they dominated like the top 50 search. And rightfully so, with movies and books and all that.
Okay. So in this case, Warren is in fact a location in Pennsylvania.
Correct. Warren City.
Okay.
That is right.
City. Oh, see, I would have just said Warren, Pennsylvania. I would have never known the city.
Well, yeah, I guess. There's a lot of Warrens cities in the United States, like Ohio. I believe there's one in Illinois. There's several of them. Because at first it started, people were starting to ask us, well, what state? I'm like, Pennsylvania. And they're like, oh, I thought you were in this state. Oh, I thought you were in this state. It's like, oh, I didn't realize there was in other states. But I mean, it's a pretty common name.
Kind of like Springfield.
Right? Everybody's trying to figure out where the Simpsons are.
Yeah. Seriously, I debate it's Springfield, Missouri, without the nuclear plant. But
I believe it's on the West Coast. Anyways, I seen a video where it was pretty compelling that it was somewhere on the West Coast.
Gotcha.
One of those states. But yeah, we're not very imaginative people. We said, what can we call ourselves? Well, we're in Warren. So we said, sounds good to us. And then we came up with Warren Area Paranormal Society, and we were like, well, we don't want to be swimming in the water with cement shoes, so we might want to change that a little bit. Then we didn't realize that there is a racial background with that as well for WASP.
Yes.
We didn't realize that until we were in Jamestown, New York, and we're in our just plain WASP shirts and hats, and boy, did we get some looks.
Really?
Well, yeah, it was generally from the older folks because I don't think the newer generations are aware of the religious group that was part of it. But the older groups, like 50 on, yeah, they were looking at us like, what the hell?
So maybe I'm confused. White Anglo-Saxon, right?
Protestants, yes.
Protestants. Okay. So that just means European, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I do not know the exact details because I never really cared to be associated with a group. So, I didn't. I probably should dig a little deeper into it, but no, I guess there was a racist connection to that group.
Oh.
See, I'm not trying to inform too many people because I don't want people to know because that's not us.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but it's better that we're educated about it because I literally didn't think there was any kind of like racial connotation behind it other than it was white American or white Europeans that came to America. So
right. And that didn't come across until we were a group for like 10 years. We were worked on our name for quite a few years. So it wasn't like we were going to be able to just switch so easily.
Gotcha.
So
Excuse me.
that's a little bit of a darker side of our group. Go ahead.
No, sorry, I didn't want to yawn in your face.
Yeah, I'm used to people yawning at me. I'm kind of a little boring. So
No, I've been tired. I've been so tired today. I even got a headache from like being tired. My head's
I'm sorry about that. But then, funny story. Well, it's not funny. It's kind of sad, but funny in a way. We just got done with an investigation, and we walked into a local convenience store with our shirts and such on, and this woman comes up, "Oh, that's so cool! That's so cool that you guys." And we're kind of looking at her, and then we explain what it was, and she goes, "Oh, I guess that's cool too." It's like, what the hell?
So did she think you guys were the racial
I
group?
I think so.
Oh my
I don't
god.
know what else. Yeah, I was in such shock that me and my co-founder Lee were like, uh, okay,
Okay. I
what?
can't take it anymore.
You're gonna Google it?
I have to figure it out. Like, cause I mean, I can
I,
only imagine if we're thinking about white Europeans, right? I can only imagine what it's about. But yeah,
well, I didn't think that we were gonna be talking about this tonight.
I'm sorry. I have to
No,
know.
no, you're more than fine. It's like I said, it's
Hey, Dina.
definitely not associated with our group. So, um, now you want to know what the original name for the group was gonna be?
What's that?
Until it was voted out by the whole group. Me and Lee are we worked with each other, and that's how we met and such. And we were goofing on each other because Ghost Hunters came out back in the day, Taps, and they would go by, and we worked in the food factories where our job title was Pepper Poppers.
Pepper Poppers.
Right. And so we would joke around because they would always say, ghost plumbers by day, ghost hunters by night. So we'd laugh with each other and say, we're pepper poppers during the day and ghost hunters at night. And we didn't even have a group then. Then we started talking to each other. We're like, well, every group needs to have a name. So after a few moments of joking around with each other, we came up with Waha.
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 Okay. What does it stand for?
Warren Area Haunting Association.
I actually kind of like Waha though. That's fun.
And it's catchy. That's what we said. And so when we, instead of saying hello to each other, we'd say Waha. And at first people were like, what's that about? And we're like, oh, nothing. Finally, people were not taking nothing for an answer. And so we finally started telling them, and they're like, well, why don't you form a group? After a while, I looked at Lee and I was like, why don't we form a group? And the rest is history, as they say. But, I thought that was pretty cool. What are you going to call? Waha.
I love it. I actually really do like that. It's cool.
But the rest of the group didn't think that sounded professional enough. Yeah, see, there you go.
Professional enough. It's catchy, though.
They definitely had some marketing value behind it.
Exactly. Okay, I'm asking Vicky a question in the chat.
Sure.
I'm asking her how she came up with the name Abyss Paranormal. I don't think I've ever asked her.
Well, see, you gotta know your history.
I know. She formed the group like I think a couple years before I ended up joining, and I never thought to ask, how did you come up with that name? It's a good name.
It is. I like it. I do. Yeah. And so we started talking with Angel. She would be the third founding member. Excuse me. She said she dreamt it.
Huh.
Excuse me. And so we all decided to meet at our local Burger King. And we told her to bring her husband because meeting two guys for the first time, probably best to bring somebody you trust with you. So we encouraged it, and she brought her husband, and he became the fourth member.
Gotcha. So Ruben, my husband, that's how he got sucked into it because of me. So
your origin stories or his is the same as Jason's. We call him JWoww. And so we said, look, let's give it 3 months and see if we work with each other. We do. If we don't, no hard feelings. And well, that's been 15 years ago.
Gotcha.
So.
Gotcha. No, Taps got me like curious about everything. Like I've always been kind of like a spookier, fascinated person. You know, like Halloween's always been my favorite holiday. If I could wear a Halloween costume every day, I would.
No doubt.
You know, things like that, and haunted houses and stuff like that. You know, and I've always been kind of like a natural explorer, I guess. Like I just want to go find old things and look at. I'd like to touch old buildings, old artifacts, things. I just want to touch it because I feel like I'm touching a piece of history. You know.
Right.
So when Taps came around, I was hooked. I it's hard to explain. So, I mean, I used to be religious, and so like I, didn't necessarily believe in ghosts, but maybe I did in a sense. I don't know. I didn't know what I believed at that point. But eventually I got to the point where like I don't believe in a God. So I am atheist, right?
Okay.
And so I am a person that I really have to see it in order to believe it. And so even after all these years, I think Vicky could tell you what year I actually joined. I feel like it was around 2009 that I joined the group. And I think in all that time, I've seen one piece of evidence that made me actually go, you know what I mean?
Oh, I definitely do. And most time it's just, sitting in a room. Things are nice and fun, and every once in a while you get a little something that's, hey, that's neat.
Yeah, exactly. And this particular piece of evidence, though, it was amazing. It was amazing. Okay, because we've already, as a large group, one person will review something, the next person will come in and review it to make sure nothing was missed, so to speak, right?
Right.
In this particular, 2008, she said. So in this particular case, we did an investigation in West Plains, Missouri. Okay, and the lady claimed the house was haunted, that they like it was getting in the shower with her, things like this.
Oh boy.
And we got some crazy evidence. Don't get me wrong. It was just some pretty fascinating stuff because like you can't explain it. Like we'll have a cat ball in the bathroom and a cat ball was in the kitchen on a counter. And it was like it was running between each room. The cat ball would go off in the kitchen or the bathroom. It would go off in the kitchen after this one went off. It would switch back and forth. Okay.
Wow.
But what I caught was footage that had already been reviewed by other members of the group. I believe Vicky might have been the person that reviewed it. But when she saw it, she thought it might have been like a fly or a bug or something like that. Like we do. You see this black thing fly across the screen real quick.
Right.
We think it's a bug. Well, this one, I caught it, and I was freaking out, Scott. Do you understand? I was freaking out because it wasn't no bug, sir. It was no bug at all. In fact, it was almost like it came out of the ceiling, and it just swooped across and stopped right in front of the camera in front of a window and sat there for a minute like it was looking out the window, and then it flipped and then went down.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh my God, you guys see it.
Well, that sounds pretty exciting.
It was. It was amazing. I had never seen anything like it, and since I started with the group, ever.
I will say
3 years ago, I think.
So you guys are heading towards 20 years of being a group, huh?
Yep.
Awesome. A legacy group now.
Huh?
A legacy group now.
Legacy? Probably. That's probably how it should be. Yeah. So Vicky and her son are the ones who started the group, and I believe they started it in 2007. So,
nice.
But, yeah.
So yeah, you were not too far off. So this one time we were at a residential house and talked about getting cited for evidence and such. We had the monitors all set up for us, and we had a laser grid in this room. We were leaving it alone, had it all going. We were watching it, and Lee, we call him Lee, but he was sitting watching the monitors, and he called me over because he seen something on the monitor, and a shadow, like you were saying, breaking the laser grid just at the lower part of the screen. And I'm looking, and sure enough, there was something there. We were, pretty exciting. So after we let it go for a minute, just so that way it was recorded and not disturbed, I went into the room, didn't see nothing, didn't see nothing. So about 2 or 3 days later, I have it on my living room TV because I'm older, blind as a bat. I need that bigger screen to see stuff, and it broke my heart to say that was a very curious cat.
Oh
Stuck its
no.
little head up into the screen, looking around, seeing what looking at the laser dots. Saying, "Huh, what's that?"
Oh
it,
man.
it, it was either a gray or black cat, so it blended in just enough on the smaller monitor where it was like, oh my god, look at that.
Yeah.
I felt so bad having you tell Lee because he was the most excited for it.
I mean, yeah, when you're the person that finds it, it's like it really does blow your mind. It's like, oh my god, look what I found. Me.
Still
Oh,
upset about my
Dina,
live outing.
it'll be all right.
I missed something.
So she went to Alton, Illinois cemetery where the McPike family is buried. She
Okay.
gets out there and like the mowing crew's out there. She ends up with a low air pressure tire and like everything.
Speaking of mowing crew, can you hear my neighbor?
I can't.
Oh,
No,
I'm glad he's out mowing. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
no,
interrupt.
you're okay. Basically, that's it. She was just having a really bad day. Did not go the way she wanted it to. But when she got back to her place, she did a. I always go blank with the names. As long as I've been doing this, necrophonics
Oh,
session.
okay. Yeah.
Okay, and she was listening. She was asking questions. She was hoping to speak with Eleanor McPike. Okay, and that was a lady. She actually left a rose for her and her daughter. And I'll tell you about the Walmart bag here in a minute. Um, but anyway, oh yeah, and the internet kept cutting out on her. um, so anyway, she gets back to the place though, and she does the necrophonic thing, and she's calling on Eleanor McPike, and
Okay.
she had left a rose for her and her daughter at their graves, as well as other flowers or whatever. I don't know if she ever went back and reviewed all this other stuff, but us watching it, we could hear that thing saying words. She asked what color was the flower I left you. And I heard it say pink numerous
Okay.
times. Okay. And the other lady that was watching, she also said pink, but she never heard it. And Dina never heard it. And so she was like, well, I think she said some of the flowers that I did leave were pink, but they were fake flowers. She said, what color was the real flower that I left you? And I heard very distinctly it was yellow. And I typed that to her because she didn't catch it. And sure enough, the rose that she left was yellow.
Wow.
Yeah, so she was getting direct responses out of that. And what's crazy to me is that it was an app that she was using. And I am pretty adamantly against using apps because you can program them to say what you want, program them to respond when somebody asks a question, things like this,
Correct.
But some of the responses she was getting, I'm just like, this is kind of crazy. It's not just saying off the wall arbitrary things. It literally is
Demon, wall,
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I say about apps is I'm not saying they're not useful. I don't personally use them. Every once in a blue moon, especially it sounds like in this situation, I think they can be used, but I think it's one out of every 10,000 uses, in my opinion, that you might find something. So, yeah, I don't bash apps, but
Yeah, no, I'm not
I'm a
definitely
little more skeptical.
that's me. I'm not going to bash it by any means because several people use the apps. But I'd like to point out to Dina, since she's still here, the day did turn around, Dina, when you went home and you listened to the necrophonic thing. It was pretty cool, man. So
Definitely. Sounds like it. It definitely does. And I understand that frustration. Her first name is Dina.
Yes.
Okay, I always say the full channel name because I never knew your actual name. Nice to meet you, Dina. But I had a video where I was at a cemetery. I did two cemeteries that day where the live was the internet and doing live was very good. Everything went smooth. Then I went to a second location, which is happens to be the location that Lucille Ball has a resting spot in. If you know who that is,
Yeah.
from I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm glad I could put a name to your channel name there. So, anyways, I go to that cemetery and up in Jamestown, New York, and everything's going wrong with the internet. Equipment just ain't working right. Just things are going rough. But we were able to get some stuff through, and I was able to edit some of it down and such to make a okay video at best. And I posted it. It maybe got 100 views for 4 or 5 years, 3 or 4 years, and I totally forgot about it. It was so buried in the catalog that I just forgot about it. Then I stopped looking at the YouTube numbers because I was getting frustrated with it, because as I'm sure you guys are aware, you put all your heart and soul editing, watching stuff, and you get a few hundred views. It's like,
Right.
So I stepped away from that headache for about a month, and I went back to it. All of a sudden, I gained like 300 subscribers, all kinds of watch time, and all that. Not enough to be monetized. No, we
Right.
can't have that.
Yeah. No.
Something totally different. I'm like, well, what the heck is going on here? That one video that I had all that trouble and all that went after like 3 or 4 years, ended up all of a sudden out of the blue having like 19,000 views.
Wow.
I still to this day, I mean, the worst video one of the top 10 worst ones I did and posted is the one that is my most viral video. Right now, it's like just under 30,000 views
That's amazing.
after
You
sitting
need
for
to keep your head
years.
up.
Yeah, that might be your breakout video if you just. That's why I don't remove any of the old videos, because
I
after
think
years.
I could say I think with Dina though it's not even about the video itself. I think it was the fact that it was such an interrupted investigation. She had some pretty high hopes to contacting the McPike family while she was out there. Noise, she said. Noise.
Do that, yeah. And I was under the same vibe where there's a famous lady in that cemetery I was trying to contact called Grace Galloway, and I was trying to get answers because there's a lot of rumors of how she passed, why she passed, is this and that. So I was trying to see if I could get some answers because not a lot of teams have been to that cemetery.
Right.
So the whole vibe was just a lot of frustration that day. And it sounds like she probably had the same that day. And but
Yeah.
the payoff was years later when I forget about it, I'm getting all that.
Turned out to be an awesome day after all, huh?
Well, a lot easier to breathe and have fun with it now than it was that day.
Right. Okay, so I got to tell you about the Walmart bag that Vicky mentioned. So
Yes, please.
we were doing an investigation at this old cabin, okay, and we were in the woods of this old cabin, and one of the group members had brought their medication with them. They put it in a
Okay.
Walmart bag. The thing is, though, is that Vicky in the dark didn't see where he put that Walmart bag. So she's reviewing evidence in the middle of the night, and she's just been staring at the screen for hours. Dina wants to know any plans to return to the cemetery for Lucy Ball.
I'm not sure. We walked by her marker and such. It's just one of those locations where there's people in and out the whole time, visiting and such. So I would have to do it very early morning or late at night, I'm sure. The one thing that I wasn't sure if you watched that I found out was there if you watch I Love Lucy, her neighbor, the Mertzes.
Yeah.
I gonna have to assume that they come from a local family in Jamestown, New York, because I've seen a Fred and what's her name's grave markers about 500 feet from where Lucy is.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I wasn't
They're
sure.
neighbors.
Pretty much. So
Oh.
as you were saying with the Walmart and medicine.
So yeah, okay. So Vicky's reviewing footage while all of us are all in bed asleep, and
Yeah,
oh yeah, I didn't think about people's.
people are there all the time at that grave site.
Oh, right. Okay, and so she'd been looking at the screen for hours at this point, and she finally gets
Ethel,
to Ethel. That's it.
that's right.
She finally gets to this point where she's looking at the video that's in the woods, and she pauses it because she's like, "What the frig is that?" There was just something white just floating off in the trees, and she could not make out what it was. To the
Right,
point where she was starting to message us in the middle of the night, going, "What is this white thing in the trees? Anybody see this before?" Or whatever. She gets up
right.
to the bathroom, and she comes back with fresh eyes, and she realizes it's the guy's medicine bag hanging in the tree with his, Walmart bag. But she was
Your
stuck
for
on it.
safekeeping.
Yes. Yeah, she just put it up there so he could find it in the dark. And in infrared, all it looked like was white, just white
Right.
blob in there. But it was
Now,
funny.
now, do you guys hide Walmart bags here and there just for the fun of it?
We haven't done one yet, but thank you for the idea.
Now y'all gonna get upset with me.
No, she'll probably get a crack out of it.
So, out of your group, who's the most likely to run away if something's going on?
Ruben.
I didn't take you but 2 seconds to answer.
Yeah, he's the tech guy. Like I said, he got drug into this.
Nice.
Thank you, Dina.
All the YouTube stuff.
Yeah. So, Ruben has a thing about dolls. They creep him out.
Oh,
Okay. And we were at that cabin investigation, and they were out in a milk barn, and they were getting a lot of responses on. I think it might have been a K2 or I don't know. But anyways, he's the camera guy, and instead of looking at the device that's making all these, we need to make a blooper reel, seriously. Instead of looking at the device making all this noise or whatever, he has the camera turned around behind him, looking at all these dolls' heads and doll bodies that were stacked up in the milk barn and making noise. And he'd be looking over this way, and he'd go back, and there's no noise. And then, he'd come back around, and there'd be a noise. He put a doll out, and he's gone.
Me and Lee went to Pit Hole, Pennsylvania. It's a neat little state park now, but when we pulled up, the first thing we ran into was somebody put these creepy dolls in the pavilion area where we went to set things up, put our equipment and such. We don't get creeped out by dolls, but they were a little odd that they were there, and so he probably wouldn't have liked it there.
No.
Because they looked almost hung up ritual, like a ritual or something up there.
Yeah. We did an investigation at a meteorite, and up on the top of this meteorite was like this it was almost like a bowl that was in the rock itself, like something had grooved out, with time.
Okay.
When we went to investigate it, though, we noticed that there were like Dina dolls. Like what appeared to be offerings, like little flowers, stones, but they were like together. You know what I mean? Like not like somebody literally put them together and then laid them in there. But we were kind of questioning it because you don't know if it's a ritual that was performed or if it's an offering. I surmise it had to be some type of offering because it was of a gentle thing. It was flowers, it wasn't nothing
Right.
dark or anything like that, But still, have you ever run into one of those situations? You said the dolls, for instance, but anything like
The most we've ran into as a group, some people have sent us pictures of stuff and asked advice, but the most that we ran into, we were looking for a. Okay, I'll answer that in a second. The most that I've seen is we were looking for a cemetery for the first time in the middle of nowhere. It's pretty famous. You could YouTube it. Famous for our area, anyways. It's called Guernsey Hollow. You'll hear me talk about it all the time because I've been to it too a lot of times. Well, we didn't know where it was, and it's literally in the woods, dirt roads, the whole 9 yards. Well, we took a wrong path and pulled up on a site we thought was the right place for it, and it turned out to be, I'm assuming, some Wiccan territory or such, because they're leaving traces of what they call knot magic, where they knot strings and
okay,
bones and things like that we stumbled upon. So after a minute or so, we were kind of looking around. We're like, hey, this is not for us. We need to leave before we stumble into something that we don't want to see. So, we took pictures and such, but outside of that, just what people have sent us, asking for advice or such. Sometimes it surprises me that we get messages from around the world.
well, that's cool. Anything Hallows seems like
Guernsey Hollow. It's a neat little cemetery. Like, it's been something, and
I did Google it. Frewsburg, New York.
correct, and that's a little misleading. I don't think that's technically Frewsburg. It's like 10 miles away from it or so in the woods. but
Gotcha.
but anyways, yes, that would be a Blair Witch. Oh hell no. That's the vibes that our first spot went to. And that whole night was weird. After that, like, I seen this little lady on a bridge. This is nighttime, and those little one lane bridges that's almost like more of a walking path than a bridge. It looked like there was a lady there, and older lady, but I wasn't the driver, and they kept going. When we came back around, she was gone.
Okay. I was going to say, because I don't, it says there's a legend with it. Local urban legends claim that a 7-year-old girl with an intellectual disability was murdered by townsfolk in the late 1800s and buried there on site.
Stoned to death, right?
Huh?
Stoned to death, I believe.
It didn't go right into all that. But then the paranormal claims. Visitors frequently report strange occurrences such as floating orbs, a glowing lady in white, the apparition of a young boy, and an unsettling atmosphere.
They can be, yes.
And devices and vehicles failing or malfunctioning.
Yes. We put salt around our vehicles to help with that when we get there. It's one of the few sites we do that with. It's definitely it was a strange night. So two things were kind of going on the way home that night, and I'm not trying to make the whole show about this, but
go ahead.
So that was one of the first times that our newer member at that point, Ursula, was with us. So we're still getting to know each other. And she was a very gifted and talented, I don't even want to say psychic. She was beyond that, in my opinion. She unfortunately passed a few years back.
Oh, okay.
That was a little bit of a tougher one. But anyways, she was in the back of the car. I was in the front driving. Lee was in the passenger side. He's a little bit of a bigger guy, so he needs the front seat. I'm
Gotcha.
not trying to be mean to him, but it is what it is.
I need the front seat. I ain't sitting in the back.
So we're going home from New York to Pennsylvania, and I swear to God, one of the few times I've seen such a thing. She was sitting in the back. Was sitting in the back, quiet. She seemed like she was really, really quiet. Every time I looked in my rear view mirror, she looked like a different older lady. And so to the point where I kind of would look over my shoulder, make sure it was actually her back there.
Were they channeling through her?
I wondered. I wondered, and it was one of the few times in my life I seen something like that, and it was going on for a few minutes. Finally, I spoke up, and she kind of said something along the lines of, "Oh, you saw that? I've been trying to deal with that for a few minutes now," or something along those lines. This has been about 12 years ago or so.
I just do not think that I would be just like, oh yeah, come on through me. You can use me. I'm good with that.
She wasn't letting it happen. She was fighting it the whole way.
Oh, I see. Okay. I thought she was, trying to communicate with them or something. So
No, she was doing everything that she could to stop it from happening. And like I said, she was newer to the group, so she didn't really know us enough to say much at that point. So that's the one that I don't think I've told that to many people. So
yeah, that's crazy though. Like that would be such a scary thing to see.
almost an exclusive to your show. So
I do that to people.
On a humorous note, around the same time, and I don't live this down from Lee. The same night, same situation. We're going down the road. We go by a cemetery, and I hear something in my ear, on my right ear. I'm driving. He's on my right side, and I kind of looked over at him a couple times. Finally, he goes, "What?" And I'm like, "Did you say something?" He's like, "No." I was like, "You sure?" He's like, "Yeah." And I wish I would have thought about what I said next, because I probably would have said it differently. I said, "I thought I heard something said boo." And he looks at me, and as soon as I said it, I knew. He's like, "Boo? Really? How more cliche can you get?" And he's been busting my chops since. But that's 100% what I heard was a boo.
I mean, that would okay if I were a ghost. I would 100% be using only that word, just to make people go, really?
Right. And that's what happened was, like I said, it startled me to where I didn't think about the results of what I was about to say. But
But that's funny though. I'm sorry, but I would love it because I would laugh. I would laugh at the ghost. I would just like, you are too funny. Come with me.
Well, we were driving by a cemetery in Russell, PA, and yeah, it happened so quick in the start. I didn't even think to react other than, why is Lee saying boo to me? Yeah. Well, the person behind me is shape shifting.
Yes,
So
exactly.
it was just kind of one of those weird situations. My neighbor out here shooting.
Oh,
Did you hear that?
I heard something like that.
Yeah, it was gunshot. Welcome to Pennsylvania.
Oh, it's Missouri too.
Yeah.
But Dina, that's what I'm saying. It would be sarcastic. I'd be like, boo.
It sounded like somebody was having a little fun with me when they said whatever said it. Yes, I agree. It was somebody with a sense of humor for sure. Yeah, see, now I won't ever live it down with you guys either.
No. Okay, so we got to come back to Dina's question here. She asked if you were offered or could afford, I'm sorry, to investigate any location in the world, where would it be?
Well, let's take away one caveat to that. If I wasn't afraid of flying and I could go anywhere in the world, is I probably would do one of the castles somewhere, like Lep Castle. I believe that's how it's pronounced, or
That's the one
whatnot.
I want to do.
Yeah, see, those are pretty fascinating to me. If not there, probably somewhere in the States is the Winchester House. Have you
That
heard of
one, I'm going to tell you what scares me about that place. Not the spirits,
it?
the house. I don't want to fall down some hole or get lost and nobody ever finds me. You know
Well, it's coming out that she didn't make the house for the spirits, like the story goes.
what?
Yeah, she was very active in helping uh, women with unwanted pregnancies and such give birth and adopt out and things like that, and had hidden rooms and confusing people that might be looking for them and such. And so he was a
Oh,
very humanitarian person, is what the stories are starting to come out to show.
that's amazing. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I still think there's spirits there, but
Oh,
uh,
I'm sure there are. Yeah.
but the history of it isn't like, oh, she's getting seances and getting all these weird ideas. It turned out to be where it might be where she was just helping humanity out.
So, I mean, if all those stories came about, how do you think that all got started then?
Uh, she did believe in psychics and such, and she did have some. So there's some truth to the story, but I think she let it embellish more because it provided more of a cover. So as it grew, and she probably helped it some. Um, and this is not fully documented. This is
No,
just,
of course.
you know,
Yeah.
but she let it grow, and she probably helped it grow and acted the part so less people would come looking around.
Um, I don't even know how to say that. Poveglia.
Pravegla.
I don't know what.
Whatever you just put in is where we are going. Is that I know a place that Ruben would probably like to go.
Where's that?
The Island of Dolls.
I've seen that. He would love it.
But I haven't heard of where you're speaking of, Dina, that I'm aware of. But yeah, that I often wondered what would happen if you took the Island of Dolls, put Robert back on it, and bring Annabelle along.
That would be freaky. Okay, I'm not very good at. That's that island.
Okay, is that a prison or something?
It almost looks like it was a
A jail?
TV. I wonder if it was a TV. Oh, it's up for sale right now. It's up for sale, Dina.
Well, there you go. You always wanted to go to Italy, right?
Okay, right here. A quarantine station and psychiatric hospital. It has a dark history, serving as a burial ground for over 100,000 plague victims.
Oh, I think I've heard of that place.
I do too. Now that I'm, yeah,
Yeah. But could you imagine if you added Annabelle and Robert on that island at the same time? Oh boy.
it would be insane.
You could probably sell tickets to that night.
I bet.
Speak.
Uh,
So, do you believe that Annabelle did all the things that happened in the United States when they were shoveling her around?
I
Or you
don't
think it's a bunch of
know.
coincidences?
I do. I think it's a bunch of coincidence. I really do, because like I think the worst thing that happened was to one person, right? But they found
Yeah.
out that he also had health issues and stuff like that with it. Um, what that episode of
Ghost Adventures.
Adventures. Yeah, I was gonna say I know I've seen it on TV before, but I don't remember who did it. But no, I okay, it's so hard because I'm not going to say flat out that it's just not real, right? But in
Hmm.
my mentality, it's a doll. I can't bring myself to believe that it's truly a haunted thing. I do believe that energy can like infect, so to speak, items, because it's energy. It passes through anything. And
Right.
but to the point though where it's killing people, mm, I don't know.
Well, Annabelle is supposed to be quite that strong. Um, so they say. Now, they say that the doll itself wasn't truly possessed. It was something moving it and making it act like it was possessed.
Oh,
So
that would
like
absolutely make more sense to me than a possessed doll. So
right, it was mimicking the style of an 8-year-old, 7-year-old girl that these student nurses said felt bad for when a psychic said that's what was, according to the movies and the book by the Warrens. I did read the books, some books by the Warrens,
right.
and they said that it tricked them into thinking, tricked the psychic into telling these girls, students, that it was a little child just lost in the afterlife, and gave it permission to the child to go into the doll, they thought, when in reality it was a demon or an entity manipulating the doll around and making things happen just to make them think it was the doll and not them.
Hmm. That
So
gives a whole new perspective to me because like if you watch the movies and stuff, it's the doll that's possessed.
right.
Um,
Right. Well, that makes for a good movie.
it does. It does.
That's like they changed the doll itself. Is the doll they have in the movie looks nothing like the real Annabelle.
Right. Right. Yeah, I saw that.
The original Annabelle doll is a Raggedy Ann doll,
Yes, it is.
which
Yep.
doesn't look that scary.
Right. Okay, so Vicky said that she thinks that Annabelle had some things to do with it, but not all of it. Adventures with Beth says, I think Elton made up some of it because he knew the sale of the Warren house was pending,
Make
and he says a spirit attached to the doll.
right. And I believe what you're saying, adventures with
Beth.
Beth, that you're speaking of the Annabelle doll causing all the chaos because of the sale. I think that's what you're referring to, and not the fact of the movie.
Right.
Or it could be.
So, and who is Elton though?
He was the. I'm not 100% sure who Elton was. I thought the owner of the Warren house was actually the son-in-law of Ed and Lorraine Warren. Oh, you reached 100 messages today. Is that normal?
I don't. How do you know? I don't. I have no idea.
It popped up on my thing that
Oh,
says
hey
I've
Bill.
received 100 messages today with Restream chat. It
Oh,
didn't pop up on your side.
mm-mm.
I
So funny.
oh well, hey, congratulations! You hit over 100 messages.
Thanks.
I'm glad I was a bearer of that news.
It helps when everybody keeps saying hi to each other.
Right, right, no doubt. So yeah, the Warrens are very fascinating. Uh, hate them or love them, they definitely brought people to the paranormal. Elton and Matt Rife bought it. Yeah, okay.
Matt
Because
Rife did buy it, but I didn't know who Elton was.
but the son-in-law of Ed and Lorraine Warren sold it, and I'm trying to remember who he was connected to because he had a lot of to do with the paranormal and such too, if I remember correctly. But for some reason, his name's not come to mind and who he was connected to. But he's kind of had a,
I think she's saying yes to you that maybe he might be the son-in-law.
but not Elton,
Oh, okay.
but the son-in-law.
Oh, Elton has the channel overnight and owns the Warren House and Museum with Matt Rife. I didn't know Matt Rife bought the museum and house too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now they want to buy the Conjuring house, and Jason Hawes is fighting for the Conjuring house. So that's been an interesting battle.
Yes.
Now, Jackie, I think I brought up an interesting point myself. In my opinion, I like to think I'm interesting, but I was wondering because Jackie Nunez or something along those lines, the current owner, if it hasn't won in court or whatever,
Yeah.
she kind of went off the deep end after she bought the house. She went pretty psychotic, in my opinion. I don't know if she was ever diagnosed, um, but I wonder. Everybody's saying that she had troubles and such, and fighting to get these things done and such. And I'm curious if the house spirits had anything to do with possessing her and oppressing her and such, and that's why she all of a sudden took a turn to the worst while being there.
I do think it's probably a couple of things myself personally. I think so. I'm not saying that the spirit world doesn't exist, or I wouldn't be investigating it, right? I mean, that's
Well,
just true of it. That's just it. You know what I mean? I'm always trying to prove that it exists because I want to know what's on the other side. We all want to know.
right? No,
And
no, good.
um, so, in my opinion, when somebody is already having behavioral health problems, something like that, you kind of open yourself up to more things. I think
Oh,
because you're
definitely.
not, necessarily like all their insanity, And so,
Mhm.
if you do have an influence in that house, which I think we can say, it's safe to say that there's obviously something there, or it wouldn't be so well known and whatnot. Um, Oh, Jackie Nunez did lose the property. I was gonna say I thought she
Oh,
might have to Jason. I thought, and then
I
all of
don't.
a lawsuit against him or something.
I don't know if it's totally out of Jackie's family or not. Her sister was stepping up saying she's incompetent and such. So I don't know if it's fully resolved yet. I haven't looked in like 3 weeks or so, so it fully could be. Um, but you're right. Yes, if you're already having mental uh, instability, is spirits could easily manipulate you.
And I believe that's probably what it is. I think she probably went into the house, unhealthy already, but not maybe horribly unhealthy, and then maybe even you got to also consider if we're in the privacy of our own home and we have a bunch of people just trying to come in all the time, wanting to see, wanting to talk, wanting to come in, that would drive us insane because there's no peace either,
Right.
you know. So I'm sure that as well as whatever might have been going on in the house is probably all was an influence to it, you know.
Definitely. And with our group, we do our best to be honest with ourselves. Hey, I'm just not in the right frame of mind tonight to do an investigation. I'm really mad or I'm really depressed or, whatever the reason may be. We do our best to be honest with ourselves in the group because not only, like you're saying, it puts us in danger, it also put our teammates in danger. We don't want in danger and we don't want to do that either.
Not to mention your families when you get home too. If you're open to that sort of thing or whatever, there's no telling what's going to latch on to you.
Right, very true. And there's been some times where we didn't do our closing stuff and something followed us. So,
Gotcha. Yeah, one I actually did not participate in one investigation myself because I was already like sour. I was just not, I was like, no, I don't need to be going. So I sent Ruben without me. I don't know. I may have gotten better before I got there at that point, but I was just like, ugh, mood.
right.
And so I was like, no,
and
I can't do this.
you might have been 100% fine when all was said and done, but why take that risk?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely a big drawn out court battle, and people are doing sneaky stuff, and it's kind of a shame because it's such a historical building and such.
Yeah.
And yeah, bringing stuff in definitely. There's a guy that I did an interview on my show several months back now, Ed Bowen, and he's the owner of the Sweet Home Estate in up by Rochester, New York, and I feel he's kind of putting a lot on himself by living in the home and leave and letting people come in and out and investigate and such.
No, 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 no. See, no. If I bought a historical home that I knew was haunted and all that stuff, it would be separate from my living quarters. Period. Because even if people wanted to come in and you could make money off of it, maybe it paid the mortgage for owning it, whatever. But you're also preserving a piece of history, which is what my thing is about. But that constant rotation of people all the time, they bringing in their own energies, like she said, drawing stuff in. We don't know what they're bringing in, and then you got to sleep in that house. I'm good.
Right.
I'm
So
good.
you know what I'm speaking of then, if you know, um, I maybe you'll let me know if my view is right or not. But I believe, and that house doesn't seem to be for the new investigators, in my opinion, because there's a lot of physical things that happen there that's reported: bruises, scratches, choking, things like that.
I would agree. Somebody inexperienced would probably should not be exposed to something like that for sure.
Or at least not without proper warning.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta let people do what they're gonna do, and FO and F, you know
Bayful.
what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But I mean, it's just like children. You have to let them learn the hard way for them to understand. Don't do that. You know.
Right. Speaking
So,
of kids, how do you feel about them in the paranormal world? Not the spirits, but actually investigating and such.
say, how do I feel about what in the paranormal world?
Children.
Oh, chill. Mm-mm. Nope. I just don't think it's okay. They're too susceptible. They're too open. They're too manipulatable. Things like that. I just don't think it's a good idea to have children involved.
I
You
respect that.
again, you never know what you're going to attach to them, and you don't want to put them through that.
So I take it the other way. Um, it's not every kid. Not every kid's mature enough to, but we've taken some of our grandkids with us that are a little more mature, a little more responsible, and such. And it's places we've been to several times, and we put up what safeguards that we can, and we teach them proper ways to do it.
Right.
We teach them prayers, teach them don't be afraid. Now these are places that are pretty much never really seen true activity and such,
Right.
but we've shown them the emotions of how to do it. Show them, hey, you have control over things. Your feelings, you know, and so we're trying to teach them in a respectful way.
Sure.
Um, but you really can't just do it under a blanket. Every kid could do it, because not every kid is mature enough. You really
Right.
have to know the child. You have to know if they'll listen to you 100%, none of this halfway stuff and so forth.
I agree with. So whenever I think of children, I think like 6, 7 year olds or whatever. And me personally, like you're saying, I don't think they're mature enough to be able to conceptualize and think rationally and abstractly or whatever. But yes, depending on, I think, on their maturity, it really should determine. I think you're absolutely right on that. Because like if you take a older child, even if 10, 11 years old or whatever, if they are of mature thought, then they can protect themselves a lot better. So
Even 17, 18-year-olds and such, some don't have that maturity level, even some adults.
exactly.
So, um,
I mean, we got to
but,
take Zach Bagans into consideration.
well, I'd like to model his style, but nobody really wants to see me without a shirt. I don't believe there's demons everywhere.
He does take his shirt off a lot.
Oh,
He's very
I
proud
think
of that body.
I think you want to be a model more than a paranormal investigator. But hey, you
And he
know,
couldn't make it, so he went into paranormal investigating with his shirt off.
yeah,
I agree, Dina. That's exactly it. They're just energies and they were people. Yep.
yeah, and I don't blame any group for having their rules. That's for sure. Um, we don't. We're very limited on where we bring anybody of certain underage. We're not taking them to like the Conjuring House or
Oh man, what a way to get inoculated. Or is it the word inoculate? Indoctrinated,
Doctor.
I guess.
Sure, get close enough. We might never know. Maybe a day trip for a summer vacation to the Warren Museum or something.
Right. Yeah.
Hey,
But
go ahead,
no,
play
yeah.
with the doll, see what happens.
So with like Vicky said, it's our group rule because of what I you
No
never
doubt.
know what's and we don't want that liability of a child's life on
No
us.
doubt.
But yours
And
is
thing,
different. Yours is family. Yours is somebody close to you.
and
So
definitely not on actual cases and such.
right,
It's very controlled, very, like I said, places that haven't really shown activity before,
yes,
that type of situation. Just so that way, when things scare them in the middle of the night, they're not running and screaming and being all freaked out that something might be happening.
right, yeah, because that's just going to stir it up worse.
And plus, they know that they can come talk to us if something happens. So
True.
we're not going to judge them, and they're not going to be afraid to come talk to us.
Right. To lend more credibility to your ideas about maturity levels and stuff is Vicky. She did it. She had a couple of guys in the group that were in their 20s that would not listen to her, would not be respectful of the places they were investigating, would not be respectful of the people's, like the owners, stuff like that. They just did whatever they wanted to do. And it, it was bad though, because like one of them was involved in the place in rituals, whenever nobody was looking. And it's like, no, you know,
All nice and calm during the meetings, but when you're out there in the real world, it's crazy. Have you ever dealt with other groups that you think were going to be good with you, and then all of a sudden it just totally doesn't click to be nice?
so we,
And I'm not asking for you to throw shade or names or anything.
no, yeah. So we not, I don't think we've really had any problems with groups, okay? But we did have one particular person that did give us some issues before. Um, Vicky would be able to fill in better about this stuff, but I believe what happened with him was he wanted to join the group, but he was very argumentative. He disagreed literally with everything anybody said. Like he always had to be right about everything instead of having a conversation or like you and I are having where we don't see eye to eye, but we still can talk about it.
Right.
He would not. He would become hypercritical, and he would put you down. He would, just he thought he was superior to you. So when we decided that he probably shouldn't be in our group or whatever, then all of a sudden we were playing favoritism. We were excluding him. We didn't, the all these things. And it was just like, it's not that. It's just, it's your personality. We're not excluding you, but you're not meshing with us.
Yeah, there has to be some connection,
Yeah.
cohesion for
Yeah.
sure.
And in
If
our
you get,
group, it is family. We literally love each other. We'll be there for each other if anything happens. And like she said, I mean, I've been with the group since I forgot already what year. I think she said 2008.
2008, yep,
Yeah. So I mean, and I've known her for that long, and I knew her son just a little bit longer than that because that's how I met her. You know, but no, that's my family. And if
right,
you're
right.
going to come in and you're going to be the turd in the punch bowl, so to speak, we're going to have a problem. So
Yeah, yeah, we've had some people that applied for the group and uh, weren't horrible, but they just weren't for us. Um,
right,
and we even encouraged them, hey, if you really enjoy doing this, find some friends and start your group, and you never know, you might be the next big TV star or whatever. So we don't
exactly,
encourage them not to pursue it, but we just say it's just not working out.
right, exactly.
I
So
You hear a lot about paranormal unity.
yeah,
Um, I, Me and Matt has had this discussion, and he's a firm believer in it. I don't know about so much nowadays, but for the longest time, he was a extremely firm believer in it. And I'd tell him I'm not as much of a believer in it. It's there, but I believe it's based off of geographical location. The closer a team is to you, the less unity they're given.
Right. Right. Yep. And it can become kind of competition like or whatever, especially if you, let's say you have a group that's much like Zach where everything is a demon. And then you have us who come in and we're all like, but we can disprove that. We can
Right.
disprove this, that sort of thing. Um, oh yes, that's true. We've had groups talk down about us to clients trying to take the investigation away from us. And they were not even in our state. They were
Oh,
from another
really?
state. Yeah. We don't understand. Like, we've never met you in our lives. We don't know anything about you, you know?
Right. Well, I'm thinking in small towns and such, I can see where it's a little more competitive, less locations and such. But yeah, that's crazy. The worst thing we've had for our group is when we were first starting. Actually, I don't talk about this much anymore because one, they're not a group anymore, and two, we try to let the hatchet bury a long time ago. Don't talk to us, we won't talk to you, kind of deal. Well, the group probably WASP probably would have never started if this group local to us, same city, would have answered a few Facebook questions. In all honesty, we probably would have never started. But I reached out to this group through Facebook, and then me and Lee were kind of chatting at work and starting to build up that side about the same time. And on Facebook, I asked questions, and then Angel, the third person that helped start WAS, seen I seen her make a couple comments and no answers. So I asked her, "Hey, did you hear anything? Did they private message you?" And she's like, "No." So we started talking, and then we ended up meeting at Burger King and starting the group. So, anyways, they started out of the blue. The lead of the group, the founder of the group, started talking to us because we started using Warren area in our name, and they said, "Well, our name implies that area, so you guys can't use that name. To do a different name." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" You know. And so he continued on for a few minutes, and I offered several times, "Well, let's sit down, meet at McDonald's or somewhere, and let's talk this out, and we can be reasonable." And he just kept at it. Finally, I said, "You know what? Don't talk to me anymore. Next thing I want to hear from you is from your lawyers and paperwork. But until then, we're going to use the name."
Wow.
So yeah, we were threatened to be sued. And
Wow.
the funny thing about it is, he probably could have stopped the whole group from being formed by just being a little more social on Facebook.
Not crazy.
It is. It really is. And they would bash us. I didn't know how bad they were bashing us until finally a member of theirs left, which is a very good friend of mine now locally. She said she just randomly reached out to me one day on Facebook, said, "I got a couple questions if you'll answer." I had no idea who she was at the time. And she started asking me what happened between the two groups, and I explained it politely. I didn't add any extra to it. So I wanted to. And she's like, "Oh my God." She's like, "This guy made you sound like monsters, like you would almost beat us on site and such."
Oh
I was
my
like,
Lord.
"Yeah, we're not nothing like that." But he put the fear of us in them. Like,
Wow.
yeah. Uh,
But yeah, Vicky, Liz joined the group via Wendy's. I joined through a fast food. Yeah.
Burger King for us. I'm sure they really love us because every once in a while I'll just start spamming their socials for asking if we could be their unofficial paranormal team since we founded in their restaurant. I come up with little blurbs on Facebook and Twitter and such. They actually told me to give it up one time
Really?
on Twitter. Yeah. I love
You're like, give it
harassing
up, sir.
companies.
Stop that.
I love harassing companies for stuff like that.
Well, funny enough, I was a manager at Burger King and I left Burger King to go be a manager at Wendy's, which is
Oh, nice.
where I met her son, Jesse, the co founder of the group. So it was funny though because I was counting the cash out, and it was just he and I left in the restaurant, and he was walking out the door, and he said something along the lines of, "Well, I gotta get going. I gotta go hunt some ghosts," you know. And I'm like,
You're
"Wait,
what?
wait, come back. What did you just say?" You know, because I had just started watching Taps,
Oh, okay.
and I had no idea. He never mentioned it to me before, and I was like, "Okay, we have got to talk," you know. And so from there on, it was, you know,
The rest was history.
the rest was history, as it said. Yes.
It's funny how things like that just kind of work out, doesn't it?
Yep.
Right? Just random word and such, and next thing you know, um, it's I don't know if you're recognized much around your general area where you live, but no, I,
Not for this. No, but I am a social worker now, so I do know a lot of people in the community now. So
well, and I drive city bus, so I meet a lot of people through that, and it's funny because now through Facebook and me sharing media and such, uh, people will come up to me, "Hey, I was watching your video last night," or I'll do driving down the road to work now in the mornings, and people will come up, "Hey, do you talk about ghosts online?" I kind of chuckle, yeah. They're like, "Yeah, I thought I recognized your voice." I'm like, "Huh? I never thought I would be recognized by my voice."
that's great. But Ruben, he's recognized like that all the time. Like he has a very distinct voice, and it's funny because to me it's not distinct. Like, but I've been with him for 22 years, you know, and but there were times like if he was calling a doctor's appointment in Lebanon, which is where he's from, he was born
Okay.
there, raised there, so to speak, went to high school there, and the people are they. I remember one lady literally going, "Is this Ruben?" When he, and I was like, "What?" You know, and he was like, "Yes," you know, or whatever. And it turns out she went to high school with him, and she recognized his voice.
After all those years.
I'm like,
And congratulations on 20 years.
"Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
It's a big accomplishment. A lot of
yeah,
teams don't make it past 4 or 5 years.
yeah." Well, we are, yeah, we're working towards.
Now, my brother and I guess, have a very similar voice, at least over the phone, because I called his house up one day to talk to him, and his wife starts yelling at me. I mean, laying into me. "Where are you at? You were supposed to be home at this time." Just going. I'm like, hey, hey. And finally, after a minute or so of her just tearing into me, she stops, goes, "Scott?" Like, yeah.
Uh-uh.
She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. My brother's name is Rich." I thought it was your brother Rich calling for some reason. Oh, I was so mad. I'm like,
That's funny.
yeah, it was quite the experience.
Yeah,
This to be vintage, right? I thought I was an older team, 15 years going on 16 this November.
yeah. It's a
Well,
long time though, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. Some days I feel that, and other days it's like, wow, it's only been that long.
I know, and that's how I feel about the group. It doesn't seem like we've been together that long. I mean, we did take it like a hiatus for a minute, right? But we never like lost contact. We still, you know, when we were all able to come back together and start again, we did, you know. But it doesn't seem like it because we're constantly evolving. It seems, you know what I mean? Always trying to do better, trying to do more, et cetera, et cetera. So it seems like the group is still just as new as it was back then. You
Which
know.
is a good thing that you guys feel that way,
Well,
because
I do. I don't know. I'm not speaking for all of them. That's how I feel, though.
but that if everybody feels similar, that means another 20 years is going to be easy.
Right. Yep.
Now, yeah, it's amazing sometimes when I think about it. I see newer groups and it's like, I remember those days.
Yep. Yep. Now we'd be willing to work with newer groups, I think, you know, if they're trying to get their foothold type situation. But as far as, you know, like we were talking earlier about meshing
Right.
groups like that, yeah, probably not. But but these newer groups, yeah, if they need support, I think the best thing to do is for us older teams to definitely step in and go, okay, have you thought about that? Do you have this? You know, what's your plan? So,
but also know when to step back when they're really not wanting that. Now, there was a group that reached out to us many years ago now. See, we were lucky as a group that um, we were able to access our local mall after hours because I worked there for a while, and so I got to know the property management and all that. So we were able to go after hours and investigate and such pretty much any weekend we wanted. And so there was a lot of empty storefronts too, so it wasn't just the main corridors. And and so there was a team that reached out to us, newer team, 3 or 4 younger guys, younger like 22 or so, and so this mall is active. It has spirits there, and
okay, I was
so
gonna say, you know, it seemed like it would, like much like a hospital, all the energy's coming in there, you know.
well, it was not just that. The land itself has a lot of history to it. Besides, before it was a mall, so we brought this new group in to teach them, and we broke off into different teams. And they were nice enough, you know. We were meshing all right. They were listening to us to some degree, and we told them, you know, no matter what, stick with the person you're with. Don't run off and such. And so we went into the old me personally with one of their group members went into the old Kmart storefront and big open space and such. And when you know, I started seeing shadows, like full out person's shadow going from pillar to pillar. And I turned around to say, "You seen that?" You know, because shadows. I mean, what are they gonna do? Make your black out a little bit? But anyways, I turned to look for this guy, and he's about 3/4 of the way to the door running out. I'm like, hey, you gonna leave me here? What are you doing? But there's shadows. There's things over there. I'm like, that's what we're here for. He's like, but I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Please go tell the rest of my group what's going on. It's okay. Go ahead. Because this dude was out the door. I was lucky I seen him quick enough. Because you remember that episodes of Ghost Hunters where they tell him not to run?
Yes.
And what was the name? Brian?
Yes.
Anyways, he's like, dude, run. And that was this guy. I mean, I don't think this guy's foot was hitting the floor. He was just sliding across. My group Lee and a couple other members of my group came down. What's going on? Everything okay? He's talking about demons and such. I'm like, no, there was just a couple of yeah, I mean, and I'm thinking, well, wait a second. If he thought he was demons there, he was leaving me to be sacrificed. What's going? So,
yep.
Yes, it was fun teaching a new group.
I bet.
But we would help another team out. I had to think about what this whole thing was about. I told you I like to ramble sometimes.
Nope, you're good. You're good. I like this because I don't have to talk much.
Yes, I fully understand that. I've hosted similar shows, and I've always loved the guests that like to talk.
Yep. Okay. So, Dina's talking about collabs, and then we got Vicky trying to trying to get her up with John because she's in North Carolina. Because she mentioned that she wishes that there were groups around her that she would
Where's she at?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. I was there a few years ago.
Oh yeah.
Traveled down to the USS North Carolina.
Oh goodness! Stop talking and just do it. What? Oh, about them meeting up. Okay.
Just do it.
I mean, seriously, if you already live in the States, not like you got to travel too far.
Yeah, we went down to the USS North Carolina. That was fun.
Oh, you did that. Oh, were you with Matt when he went?
Yep,
Okay.
Jonathan. That's where I got my turkey fedora, which just happens to be downstairs, or else I'd show it to you guys. But it's a fedora, full feathers, turkey head. I mean, probably the only one in existence.
I meant to wear my hat today, and I totally forgot. mine is, it's not a fedora, but it's I don't even know what era it would be from, but it's a, it's like a cube top, so to speak, but it has like a big feather coming out the side of it, and I wore it for actually one of my get-ups for an investigation. So,
Probably like a 20s style.
huh?
Kind of like a 20s style.
Kind of, but
Like
I
a
was going
tube
more for
hat.
the 1800s, more like a Victorian look. But
But those fedoras are different than just this style. Fedoras has lots of styles.
yeah, and I almost feel like it would be a type of fedora, but I have to look at it again. It's been a minute since I looked at it, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's just kind of square. Poor Beth. Everyone in my household went to the USS North Carolina, but me. They thought I couldn't do it.
I
They
will
just handed
say,
it for you. That's
I will
awful.
say, well, I was there when John investigated, so we were together. But you said you couldn't go.
No,
Or
Beth.
that's
Beth.
two different people.
Yeah. Beth said everybody in her household went without her.
Now, those
I mean,
stairs on that ship was crazy. Like I said, I'm not a small guy. I'm older and getting that middle age spread. And those stairs are definitely for a slimmer naval military person for sure.
I probably would die. Um, yeah, I mean, Beth, that's awful, dude. Like they just decided you couldn't do it, and so they just
Yeah,
left without you. How
right.
awful!
I think I would have hitchhiked there or something. I will say one funny story that didn't happen on the ship. So okay, I don't smoke marijuana or anything like that, mainly because I like my job.
Right?
But so we're outside of the ship, or we're about 5 blocks away from the ship, and I had to get an ATM to pay the entrance fee. And so the first place I seen with a sign out front, I ran into. So I'm at this ATM. All of a sudden, I'm feeling all these eyes on me. I'm like, turn around, I look, marijuana everywhere. I walked into a dispensary.
Oh,
I'm looking around, and I'm like, oh, hi. I don't know if I'm allowed to be in here, but I was really needing an ATM. I seen the sign out front. I was like, is that okay? They're like, yeah. I'm like,
that's funny.
yeah, I mean, the last spot that I would ever be in, not that I have anything against it, it's just not for me. And
Right.
that's the spot I pick out of all of North Carolina to grab money.
Vicky thinks that my hat is called a pillbox hat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what those are.
It's just like a square, almost on
Right.
top. I think. Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, it's land dock.
The what?
So I think I did the world's biggest spirit box thing at the mall.
Oh.
I don't know how to prove it, but
Okay. Explain a little bit, but okay. What?
so I actually turned the whole mall into a spirit box, or by hooking up my spirit box to their PA system to pump the energy into the building.
Okay.
That white noise. So about half hour before we started our investigations, I
Okay.
just had that thing blasting through every inch of that mall.
Did it help with anything? Did you get more responses, you think?
Yes, it definitely got things more active there for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah, the women at Kmart that I would run into the next day after investigation would be like, you guys come in here and stir things up, and then we have to deal with it the next morning. We find stuff in the aisles, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. You guys are welcome to come join us one night.
Yeah, and then you could tell them, stop it.
Right. But yeah, almost every Saturday after we usually do them on Friday nights, and usually Saturday morning, I'd go in bring the maintenance guys breakfast for letting us do it. And the Kmart workers would stop and say, yep, you were here last night, weren't you?
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, but not sorry because it was
Yeah.
pretty fun.
I bet.
But yeah, I got the idea one day. I was like, I wonder if I could do this. So I hooked it up to the PA system and just blasted it. And sure enough,
That's awesome, though.
so I don't know if that's the biggest speaker system for Spirit Box ever used, but I'm sure it's got to be the top 3.
I was gonna say I've not heard of anything like it. So, but all right, Mr. Scott, we've been on for like an hour and 40 minutes.
Hopefully, I haven't bored you too much.
No, not at all. I actually have to get up and make dinner though, so I'm getting hungry.
I'm about an hour and 15 minutes past my bedtime.
Well, thanks for staying up for us.
Well, you've asked a few times and things always come up. I mean, at the start of the show we were having trouble with my computer and internet.
Yeah.
One thing, I'm sure there's many things we could continue talking about, but one thing that was brought up at your last show that I think you forgot, but I wasn't going to bring it up, but I will anyways, is for when I started doing the shows and started getting into doing the interviews like you are and the YouTube and such. I live in this town of about 800 people.
Okay.
And I was unaware of this very ambitious
the goat
celebrity goat going on. And it became a thing where I was competing with a local goat to get a local celebrity status. And all this thing goat was doing was just sitting there chewing on hay and just hanging out. And I was getting more darn viewers than I was sometimes. I mean, it'd get like 200 viewers, and I'm sitting there with like 5. I'm like, I am not more interesting than a goat in a town of 300 people. What the? Get the. What do I need to do? Do I need to start chewing hay for about 5 minutes?
Oh my God, can you imagine?
I mean, of all things to have to compete with, not other teams, not cute kids, and it wasn't even a young goat. It was an old ass goat with, just chewing away, just living its best life. And the owner would have people send money in to give them special treats. I'm like, oh, well, thanks a lot, guys. You guys got, I think its name was, you would think it would be Billy, but no, I think it was Toby, if I remember correctly. It was Toby the freaking goat. And you guys got Toby a really top-notch treat this time. You guys were really nice, Toby. Were they, Toby? You were a good boy, huh?
Oh, I'd be so mad. I'd be like, where's my treat money?
Right. I need more pumpkin pie with mayonnaise, please. I mean, so yeah, that was my biggest competition, was a goat in the middle of nowhere. Now,
I can imagine though, but I'm so glad you remembered, because I was going to ask and I forgot. So,
well, I wasn't going to bring it up because, I mean, nobody likes to admit that they were losing to a goat. Oh, yeah. I thought about, now I've grown enough, I thought about getting its own honorary Fedora. But then again, it would probably just eat it. So.
Oh, yeah. We've had goats before. And you're talking about how you'd think their name would be Billy. No, we had one, his name was Hezekiah. And then we had one that was Julio Fuentes.
Well, that's quite the name for a goat.
I know. And Snowball.
Was it all white?
Yes, it was a white goat. Yeah.
That makes sense then. That'd be odd if it was like a polka dotted cow pattern. But
so funny enough though, Julio Fuentes, we had a friend, I couldn't tell you what his first name is now, because all I remember is Fuentes. Anyways, his last name was Fuentes. And he thought it was just the greatest thing that we named our goat Julio Fuentes. And then he started looking at him and he was like, "He'd be tasty." And I'm like, "What?" Apparently, he's from Puerto Rico, and that's a thing they eat over there. Apparently, is goat meat, and I didn't know
yeah.
this. And I'm like, "You're not eating my goat."
You really kept an eye on him after that, didn't you?
I did. I did. You're not eating Julio Fuentes, sir.
So, did you have any strange barnyard animals or anything for competition for you guys, or has it always been humans?
Oh, no, yeah, no. It's I one time when my mother was still alive, she was living with us for a while. My mother smoked menthol cigarettes.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
menthols. Now at the time, I smoked Marlboro Lights, not menthols. Okay, and if I named something Snowball where I am, they'd ask what a snowball is.
They
Because
probably would think it was
no.
that coconut treat from Little Debbie or whatever that is.
Oh yeah, Hostess.
Hostess, yeah.
Um,
So,
but I remember my mom sitting on the front porch smoking, and I think it was Julio Fuentes. He would come up on the porch and he would literally eat the cigarette out of her hand and
well,
and everything. And then when she wasn't around, he'd dig through our ashtray or whatever, and he would skip over all of my Marlboros, but would eat her menthol ones. So he was addicted to menthol cigarettes.
wow.
One time, my mother couldn't take it anymore. Okay, my mother was maybe 4'5", 4'7", something like. She was a tiny little thing, maybe 89 pounds. Okay, and
Yeah.
she was on the porch smoking, and she finally had enough of Julio Fuentes. He was coming up trying to take that cigarette right out of her hand, and she just starts kicking him with her feet. That boy reared up on her. He was just like, "No, I'm getting that cigarette," and he would. He got it. He got the cigarette from her. He was so pissed.
Well, I bet. I mean, how do you really end up booting a goat away? I mean,
You can't. They fight.
right, right. They're pretty. Unless they're the fainting kind, you're pretty well lost the fight.
That's so sad, though. You know, that's an epileptic seizure.
But it's so funny to watch. It's
It is
sad, but it's funny.
and,
That's like
sad.
watching kids. That's like watching kids on video get beamed into walls and such. You know, it's sad, but it's still damn funny watching.
I know,
Their
I
head
laughed.
bouncing
I'm
back
like,
and forth on a slide, and yeah,
The head. I remember that video. The kid was like all the way down.
you're like, oh, you know that sucks, but
Funny.
right. But I definitely have to get to bed. You said you gotta get dinner.
I gotta eat. Yeah, it's 8:00 here, so I have a
I
competition
will-
with my cats every time I'm on a show. Or
Yeah.
phone call.
I actually closed my door so my cats couldn't get in.
Oh,
So,
sorry.
well, I got lucky they weren't already in here.
Yeah.
But hopefully sometime you'll invite me back.
Oh, of course, you're fun.
I haven't talked. Well, thank you. We haven't talked about everything that I've been through in my life, and I'll see if I can set up an interview with Toby for you.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to meeting Toby.
Maybe you could be a referee. We'll have a 3-person show, and I could finally release my feelings for this barnyard animal.
Poor goat.
Poor
He didn't
Toby.
even know he was in a competition.
What about poor Mr. Fedora?
Poor Mr. Fedora.
I didn't get treats. Not
We'll send
paid
you
for.
treats. You send us your address, we'll send you treats.
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay, there we go.
You caught that after a second.
Actually putting it out there.
You were like, wow, he's brave, ain't he? But
all
it
right,
was a
well, thanks for
pleasure.
being on the show, and I'll bring you back. I want to talk to you again. So,
Awesome. I'm glad that I definitely had fun.
yes, me too. All right, everybody.